Top 5 Best Belt Disc Sanders in 2020. Number 5. Rikon 5120. The Rikon 5120 is our pick for the best belt disc combination sander. The belt sander lifts and can be positioned to work at any angle. The large cast iron work table for the disc sander can be repositioned up to 45 degrees as well, making this an extremely versatile tool. With a 3/4 horsepower engine, this machine is powerful enough to tackle almost any sanding job. Some customers reported that they received their bench sander to find that some of the screws were loose and needed tightening before initially using the tool. Overall, the Rikon 5120 is a powerful, well-made machine. This bench sander has the most features of all the ones on our list, but it's also significantly more expensive than the others as well. Because it's so expensive, this model is best for someone who is going to be using it a lot. It'd be great for a DIYer or a carpenter who doesn't quite do industrial or commercial jobs but who is regularly doing projects that require a belt or disc sander. The disc sander on the Rikon 5120 is the largest of all the ones we reviewed and gives you a lot of surface area to work with. There's only one other unit in our reviews that has as much horsepower. It's a solid, heavy belt disc sander with a 5-year warranty. It should last a really long time. There aren't a lot of complaints about this machine. The most common things that have come up regularly are the loose screws mentioned earlier and the fact that this machine can be noisy and vibrate a lot with use. If you're someone who knows you'll get a lot of use out of a bench sander, this is a great tool because of the cost. It's not the most economical choice for someone who will only use it once in a while. Pros: very high quality build. Sanders operate vertically, horizontally, or any angle in between. 10 disc does not stick out above the belt. Quick release belt tension lever. Cast iron table tilts to 45 degrees. Heavy duty cast iron base for stability. Significantly larger disc sander than other machines. Cons: a few users mentioned that there are poorly tightened screws on the unit that need to be checked before using. Some users noted that it vibrated a bit for them. Complicated assembly. Coming in number 4. Rockwell RK7866. This belt disc combo offered by Rockwell is well constructed, durable, and powerful. Users love the easy setup, but some do note that there is no manual. With a size of 12.6 by 10.6 by 21.7 inches and a weight of 41 pounds, this wood sander has a 4 by 36 inch belt, a belt table that tilts up to 90 degrees, a 6-inch disc, an adjustable sanding table, a 4.3 amp heavy-duty motor, and a quick-release belt lever. The package also includes a 45-degree miter gauge, an Allen key, a belt, and a disc sander, so this could be ideal for any professional. In general, users are extremely satisfied with the quality and performance of the Rockwell belt sander combo. The reviewer states that this wood belt sander is powerful, heavy-duty, and the belt never slips off. He would recommend it to anyone looking for the best belt disc sander. A customer mentions that the sander is heavy enough to do the job properly, but it's easy to store it away when you don't need it. Another purchaser mentions that he has been using the disc sander on cherry and maple hardwood and it does the job quickly and efficiently. However, some customers have complained that the belt wore out fast and that they didn't receive adequate help from customer support. Some also note that the package was poorly packed and that parts were missing. Pros: easy to set up. Light. Heavy-duty construction. Adjustable belt and disc. A quick-release lever. A miter gauge. An Allen key. Cons: belt wears out quickly. Package arrived in bad condition. No manual and instructions for use. Coming in number 3. POWERTEC BD4600. If you're looking for a basic belt and disc sander that's fairly priced, try the POWERTEC BD4600. This is a pretty basic tool. The belt sander tiles up to 90 degrees and the belts are easy to replace. There's only one work table and it's stationary. With 1/3 horsepower, it can handle smaller jobs and some light metal work, like knife sharpening. It can get bogged down with a lot of pressure, though. As far as the price, it's relatively inexpensive for such a basic tool. There's not a lot of bells and whistles here or special features, but it does what it was meant to do. Because of its tendency to get bogged down with a lot of pressure, the POWERTEC BD4600 is best for small workshops and DIYers. This machine doesn't have the horsepower of a lot of the competition, but it's a basic machine that can do small jobs without a problem. Reviewers complain about the sanders getting bogged down with heavier jobs and needing to do some fine-tuning and adjusting to get it to work right. But people who use it for small jobs rave about its performance. If you want something really basic and don't want to spend a lot of money, give the POWERTEC BD4600 a try. Pros: belt sander tilts to 90 degrees. Can use with wood and metal. Good instructions. Easy to replace belts. Easy to adjust the belt. Cons: work table is stationary. Some users reported that it gets bogged down with a lot of pressure. Coming in number 2. The Rikon Power Tools 50 to 151. If you are looking for a practical and easy-to-use belt disc sander combination, you might try this 1x30-inch belt and disc sander tool offered by Rikon. Users love that it works quietly, but some do note that the switch is difficult to turn on and off. This blue belt sander combo has a size of 15 inches by 12.6 inches by 14.6 inches, a belt tracking knob, a belt table that can be adjusted from 0 to 45 degrees, safety on and off switch, a 5-inch disc sander, and 2-inch dust port. Overall, this is an item of high quality suitable only for light work. In general, users are satisfied with the functionality and design of the Rikon belt disc combination tool. A buyer comments that this wood sander is so safe that even a 9-year-old can sharpen a pencil on it. The reviewer also states that the disc sander works flawlessly with no vibration. Another purchaser mentioned that he was very surprised by the quietness of this woodworking sander and that it's perfect for making toys. A happy buyer also says that this is one of the best belt disc sanders available and that he likes the heavy-duty construction. However, some customers have complained that the motor would get hot if you use the sander for several hours continuously and that one dust port would be more convenient than two. A user also states that he received a broken belt sander and he had to return it. Pros: quiet, light, easy to use, adjustable belt and disc table, 2 dust ports, safety switch, well constructed. Cons: suitable for light work. Some complaints of malfunctioning. Switch is difficult to turn on or off. Coming in number 1. WEN 6502T. This 2-in-1 belt and disc sander offered by WEN is practical, versatile, and an excellent choice for a sanding tool. Users love the solid construction, but some do note the miter gauge is loose. This belt sander combo has a size of 22 inches by 11 inches by 12.5 inches, an adjustable 4x36-inch belt, 0 to 90 degrees, a sturdy cast iron base, a 4.3 amp motor, a 6-inch sanding disc accompanied by a support table, a miter gauge, and a stop bar. The package also includes an 80-grit sanding disc, an 80-grit sanding belt and a 2.25-inch dust port that you can connect to a dust extractor. In general, users have a favorable opinion of the WEN belt disc sander combo, and they praise its heavy-duty construction and performance. A buyer comments that it takes him a few seconds to change or adjust the belt and that he doesn't have any problems to connect the dust port to his vacuum system. Another user mentions that he didn't expect this wood sander to be so well built and that the base doesn't wobble at all. A happy purchaser shares that he shapes axe handles with the help of this belt sander and he fervently recommends it for small projects. However, some customers have complained that the quality of the disc table is poor and it isn't perpendicular to the disc. Some clients also state that they had difficulties sanding thicker wood pieces and that the sander stopped working after a couple of days. Pros: easy to use, easy belt change and adjustment, adjustable disc, a miter gauge, a stop bar, a dust port, stable. Reliable. Well constructed. Cons. Miter and table problems. Not very useful for sanding thick wood. Complaints of malfunctioning.